So I have got all these people that now are not getting their $600 anymore. They're thinking, what the heck am I going to do? I'm out of work. There's no way I'm going to be able to find something in my field or that's going to pay enough money and enough time for me to get it all together.
Right. And I think what happens is people are used to hoping that someone discovers them, or hoping that someone says, hey, I know about a job for you. So we tend to go out there and just say to people, I need a job, or hey, I'm looking, or I lost my job, help me. And what we don't realize is we can get in the driver's seat ourselves. There are so many things we can do to get work and make money right now. The first thing I would do is, if I am a teacher or a coach or somebody who has an expertise, I would offer my services. You can do this for anything, whether it's an online business, or it's mowing your neighbor's lawn, or it's seniors who need help with shopping or with chores. Put it out there on social media. Let everybody you know that you are offering your services. We tend to ask. I see people go online and they go to LinkedIn, or they go to Facebook, or they go to Instagram, and they post, hey, I'm really good at this or that. Can you help me find a job? Or everybody, I'm looking. Instead, don't ask, offer. Hey, everybody, I'm reviewing resumes. If you need help with your resume, here's my email, here's my number, contact me. Hey, everybody, I'm painting, fences for the summer. But you know what? You're gonna find people who need their fence painted. They're home and focusing on it this year because we're all not used to working from home. So we're starting to notice things that we pushed aside in the past. So that's one way. The next thing people can do is, if they have an expertise or they have a particular job they've been doing, they need to go online and Google job boards for remote work, job boards for gig work, job boards for gig jobs. And what they'll find are websites like FlexJobs, Upwork, Guru, TaskRabbit. TaskRabbit's great if you are a repairman or you do all kinds of work like that. There's Freelancer, there's Gig Now, there's Fiverr, Indeed, and now there's Work From Home Pad. So there's so many. I mean, I could keep naming them, but the best thing anybody can do is just utilize the resources you have at your fingertips and start Googling where to look. If you decide you want to start your own Etsy shop because you're crafty or you're an artist, then what you want to do is just Google how to open my own Etsy shop, and you will get the information you need. I work with Get5, and I'm a Get5 coach. We have a website that's really comprehensive, and people can pay a 1-month fee that's equivalent to 1 hour of coaching. But for that month, you have a resume optimizer. You can put your resume and the job description of the resume of the job you're interested in, and it'll shoot out a report for you that lets you know what words you're missing, what keywords, where you're missing their real mission, and the things you need to add to your resume to make it more robust and more of a match. There are also immense resources on our website. So we have all kinds of things to help people. For example, Get5 has a 5-step method. To me, it shortens somebody's job search process so much, because while we're all out there floundering around, because this is new to us, right? We didn't expect to lose our job. We didn't expect to not have unemployment. So this allows you to see your value and then go out there and find something that you can do right now. If you're somebody who's been in an office doing administrative work or marketing work or office management, you can become a virtual assistant. You can offer your services to organize somebody's business, and you can go after startups. It's a great way. Join a startup group in your community. Startups are always looking for people to help them organize, to people, people to help them with all the business functions that they don't know how to do because they have a great idea. So startups are another way to find work immediately.
How do you find startups?
I would package myself as a virtual assistant or as a virtual marketing pro or guru. And then I would start again with the social media, and I wouldn't ask people, help me, I'm looking to do this work. I'd say, hey, everyone, I'm doing marketing. If you all need a campaign, or if you're starting your own business. So, right, that's the trend. Everybody's gigging now. So they're either thinking, how can I start my own business? Or what can I do right now, right? So there are people out there who want to start their own business and they don't know how. So if you have those areas of expertise, finance, accounting, HR, general administration, all kinds of things, sales, people need your help right now. So what we have to do is also be inventive about where do we find these opportunities. You need to join groups, right? Online groups. So if there's a group of financial professionals, or there's a group of air conditioning repairmen, right? You want to join those groups because they're going to have more of the connection and more of the information about what's going on in your world. And it will help you to find the right people and find the right opportunities, for sure.
I'm interested in starting a new business, but there's no way I can get it up in time to start making money now.
Okay, I always recommend to my clients that they keep a notebook, a little notebook that's not spiral. You can't rip out the pages. And you always carry your book with you, no matter where you go, small little book. And you just keep working on your business, okay? In the interim, if you're able to get a job because opportunities pop up, you should really cast your net wide and always look for both, because one can support the other while you're building your own business. You may need the income. So if that's the case, maybe take a job that's more related to what you really want to do in the end, right? So we position ourselves in the direction we'd like to go. And that way you're already on the right path. It's easier to find the opportunities and the people who can provide you with those jobs.
Remote learning. I mean, remote, the call centers that are all over the place. I mean, is that a big opportunity right now?
It is a big opportunity. The call centers, everybody's working from home. There's also an opportunity if you are a transcriber. There are websites like rev.com, and your job is to either video transcribe or typing transcribe, and you get paid a decent amount of money to be transcribing those things for people.
And people are hiring that now?
They are, yes.
Right.
They are transcribing, lots of gig work, lots of people who are, the companies are in transition. They're not sure where they're going. They're not sure when people will physically go back to work. People have gotten sick. We've had a lot of our population are struggling. So I think that the jobs are there. The panic is greater than our ability to see clearly what's out there, but there are jobs and there are great opportunities. Get on LinkedIn, network. I have people who say to me, I've never been on LinkedIn in my life. Okay, well, guess what? Now's a really good time to learn about it and just get a profile up there and start connecting with other movers and shakers. And you join people's groups. There are all kinds of business groups, all kinds of interest groups. and you join them, you don't even have to be a leader. You can just participate, right? You can read what everybody tells you, and then maybe make a comment, post a comment. Even posting a comment gives you presence, and you start to connect with people. So LinkedIn is a really valuable tool right now, even though people feel like they're afraid of it, or they don't know how to use it, or they're not really sure. It's comfortable to reach out to all these people. Business has changed. In the old days, the way we were all taught, you went in, you talked about all the things you do and all the things you need for your future. And then you hope somebody can make the match and realize you're great for that job. But in reality, you want to determine what you do well, what you really like to do, what will help you get up every day and do it. And people think, oh, come on, Nancy, we're in the middle of a crisis. Is she kidding? Why would I, start looking for a dream job in the middle of this? But if you start looking in the areas where you're personally interested, if you start looking in the areas where, you're drawn to, and you get up every day and go, oh, I'd love to, fish all day. Well, then go work on fishing boats. Go work on a charter that takes people out. People are going out now and fishing. I always say that to clients. If you tell me you want to spend 80% of your day fishing, then you should make that your career. And right now, even in the middle of this crisis, we can all find work more easily if we really focus on what we're good at and what we really like to do. So you could be a corporate person and you could say, you know what, I've been a senior VP, but right now I really want to stay home. I'm taking care of people. I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to be leading a group of people through a crisis that there are no answers for right now, or I'm not comfortable. So I think I'll be a virtual assistant at home. I could make 40 or 50 bucks an hour. I can stay home. I can, and I think those are things that people don't really consider. You have to think outside the box now. But when you do, there's so many great things you can do. I see people doing great things.
You have me invigorated right now. What about the hidden job market? What is that?
Okay, so that's the key. Again, traditionally, we were taught to look where the job openings are, whether they're posted online or they were in a newspaper or they were, on the company's website. Only 20% of all open jobs are ever posted anywhere. Why is that? When I was the head of HR for a big company, well, I'm waiting for the CEO to sign something. It's on his desk. I can't make that offer until he's signed off. And then my recruiter is out sick, and we're not sure when she's coming back. She's got a stack of resumes on her desk, right? So there are all these things that can transpire that can prevent you from moving forward in your job search if you wait for someone else to make the decisions for you and move you along. So what we need to do is 80% of the market is open, but we don't know about it. The best way to find out about it is to make a target list. And this is what Get5 does. This is what we do with our clients. We help them determine their intrinsic motivators. We help them uncover, like I said to you, what makes you get up in the morning and feel happy about what you're about to do for the day or what you've been doing. Pick out the pieces. To me, it's like a tapestry. I pick out the pieces of gold and we pull those threads, and we only take the gold threads forward, right? So if there's things you don't like doing in your career, leave them behind you now. And by doing that, you become more motivated. You become more enthusiastic about this opportunity. And then it doesn't become this dreadful search that I'm in this bind. And now it becomes a journey and adventure that, oh my gosh, in the middle of COVID, I'm going to not only figure out what direction to go, but I'm going to start doing something I really love and I always wanted to do. Now's a great time for people to do that. And everybody's very responsive because everybody's a little unsure. So people are very open to ideas and to listening and to, you know, what we can do. I have a friend who's disabled. She has Lyme's disease and a couple other things. She's really stuck at home. And she decided to do drop shipping. So she's selling designer handbags that are vintage. She doesn't touch a piece of merchandise ever. It's all through her online, you know, she said it's part-time and she makes about 50, 60, 70,000 a year, depending upon how much she really wants to work on it. She said she did have to take a short course through this particular website. It was 4 weeks or 3 weeks. So she learned exactly how to sell and make her money. She's been doing it for a year, year and a half. She's happy as can be.
How do you find those hidden jobs, though, that are not advertising?
So what you do is you decide what you want to do, okay? Or if you don't know and you just know, I really love talking to people, but I really hate accounting. I loved when I did this. I hated when I did that. Try to find a coach or an inexpensive coaching program where you can just get a little advice in the beginning, like bumpers on a bowling alley, right? When kids are bowling, so that you throw your strike and let a coach just help you make sure, even if you do it for a very short period. I mean, it's great to have a coach for a long period, but of course, in this economy, people are panicked. But even a couple of sessions can really help a person to sort this all out and then quickly do a resume profile, a bio, because these days you don't always want to send your resume. It's too much info, right? We need to connect with people. I always use this analogy with my clients that there was a Bugs Bunny cartoon and it was Bugs and Yosemite Sam. And they're in the middle of the town, you know, the Western town, and Yosemite Sam comes out with his pistols and he starts shooting at Bugs Bunny's feet. And the faster he shoots and the more bullets that come out, the more Bugs Bunny tap dances. And he starts tapping faster and faster. And then the more that he keeps getting shot at, now he pulls out a hat and a cane. And now he's doing the whole routine with the tap dance and the hat and the cane. And I tell my clients all the time, this is our mistake. We all forget our value just because we've lost our job, just because you've lost your title or your paycheck. You haven't lost your substance. You don't need to go out there and tap dance like someone shooting at your feet. And you don't need to pull out all the props, the hat, the cane, I can dance faster and better than anybody else. It's really about connecting to the people we're interested in working for and what are their needs. We came from a me-centric society. We came from the way that we were taught to do business. It's, I would like to work at a company where I can grow, where I can have a pension, where I can do great things. And today in this economy, in this crazy world, everybody's overwhelmed and they want solutions. They want help. So if we're not asking and we're not talking about ourselves and all we can do and what we've done and pulling out the hat and the cane like Bugs Bunny and tap dancing as fast as we can, instead, we can really connect with the other person and with their needs or their goals, their obstacles, their challenges. Then we can be even more specific about ourselves and how we can be of help. And to me, that helps you get much further in the conversation. You become a, go ahead.
Is there a way to find those hidden jobs without going to a coach? Is there a place to go? Is there?
Yes. So here's what you do. The place to go is this. You have to make a list of your targets. I'm really interested in working with the elderly, even though I've been in marketing. Or I really would like to, okay, so you make your list. Once you've made your list, come up with at least 10. You could come up with up to 200. But if you have at least 10, you can get started. You want to create a list. then I have a list. Maybe it's an industry, maybe it's a certain function or career, and maybe it's a particular company. If it's not a company, then I take that industry and I start researching top 100 companies to work for in marketing, top 100 or top 50 or top 20, top 10. Look for the top companies to work for in that particular industry or field. That way you can find not only the job that you want, but you want to make sure that you're working for companies that have a good culture and so on. So the way people find it, those hidden jobs, is to actually go after what you want. Sounds crazy, but you choose the jobs you want, you choose the companies you want. You have to do some research and some digging. You must do your due diligence. You have to look at culture. You have to look at company culture. You have to look at the environment. You have to look at their mission. You have to look at their social responsibility and all the things that might be important to you. And when you find ones that you say, ooh, I like what they're doing, this is interesting, then you keep them on your list. And what we do is we create a list of companies that we're truly interested in. Chances are those companies are either hiring right now, the opening is sitting on someone's desk waiting for signature, or the CEO and the C-suite are sitting in a conference room discussing your departure and you don't know about it yet, but they're about to bring in, a bunch of people to consider replacing you. So what we teach people is really that you can do this on your own. But what you have to do is stop following that old cookie cutter method of looking at the posted jobs and applying. Instead, pick the companies, the industries, and the work that really truly interests you. And then you should go and network your way in, right? So people just go and apply online. They put their resume in and a cover letter and they let it go. What you need to do is surround the hiring manager. We get on LinkedIn, we get on industry groups and sites, and we look for people to talk to who understand the industry or know the company well, who might be willing to give us some advice. We're not asking for a job. We're asking, could you tell me a little bit more about your industry or company so that I can learn enough to be an insider when I apply, right? So that's really the better way to go about it, because then you're hitting 80% of the job market. It's just that we kind of do it blindfolded. It doesn't feel the same because we don't actually see a physical opening that's been posted somewhere.
What about those hidden words that, was when they post them and they get 5,000 resumes, there are certain words, I guess they have search engines that, weed them out.
Right. Right. So they have resume trackers, and what they do is they take the job description that you see on the posting you looked at, and now you have to make sure, people say, well, I like the way I word it better. Or I think the way that I position what I do is better, but you want to be a match for them. If you're interested in working for them, then you need to match their terminology. So if they say accountability, you don't want to say you're responsible. You want to say you take account or you have accountability for XYZ. So it's really, understanding that the first step may be a machine who's weeding you out. And so if you want to beat the machine and win the game, then you have to match, it's like playing concentration. Do you match the job description? And that's the first gateway in the door. So I think it's really important people look at that carefully and make sure, their wording it's like speaking different languages, right? If it's an accounting firm, you need to speak their language so that they can see you as one of them. And that's kind of how we get in the doors. It's really, in my experience, in the 20 years I've been coaching and doing the HR consulting, I think it's the people who really connect to the opportunities because they're passionate about it. That's why I say go after what you want. Because if you're passionate about it, people are going to feel your enthusiasm and your energy. And that's what people are looking to hire. People who really want to be here and work with us. So that really helps.
Is there anything I did not ask you that you want to add to this?
Let me think. We talked about the hidden job market. We talked about coaching or just finding some. There are a lot of online resources, but I kind of mentioned that as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. No, I would just give a positive word to everybody. You know, that would be my last thought, would just be to say, you know, don't be discouraged and really go out and remember who you are and what you bring to the table. And you've succeeded before, you will succeed again. This is our new norm. And, you know, we're still creating it. So create your own. But don't be discouraged. See it as an adventure and an opportunity. It's really an opportunity for us to make the best of this crisis and still allow ourselves to support ourselves and feel good about our work.